WandaVision episode 7. I like the style of today's show. It's quite comical. It reminded me of shows like Arrested Development with the funny camera work, stuff where it just zooms in on whoever you're looking at. And it also had a touch of vibes from The Office. Shaky camera work, following people around, them talking directly to the camera, breaking the fourth wall. It was good. It was a funny episode, and I think it contemplated certain characters in this episode too, particularly Darcy Lewis. Someone, as you know, I haven't really been a fan of throughout this series, but today's episode suited her because it was a goofy episode and she is a goofy character. Vision also really suited this funny role. Like, it's just funny seeing him in all his get up and he's just sat in a director's chair talking about his day in the world of WandaVision. But I mean, apart from that, today's episode was a little bit weak. Everyone was really split up. I was hoping to see some stuff between Wanda and Vision today, but we didn't get any of that. Vision's doing his own thing with Darcy, and Wanda's just sort of doing her own thing. She spends most of her time talking to the, interviewer, talking about her day. And we got a lot of time with Agnes, who was, looking after the boys as well. Outside the zone, Monica's got in touch with some old army buddies, and they built some big old, space rover type thing, and they're like, yeah, this will go through the wall. It doesn't. It flops. But Monica's just like, I'm gonna just go in anyway. And she does, she goes in, it doesn't tear her apart. And this is like the first hint that she's actually got some powers that maybe she's not aware of. Her eyes start going blue, and then when she gets to Wanda's house and confronts her, Wanda tries to mess her up with the red stuff. But Monica just sort of deals with it. She's got her own blue powers now. I was watching like, okay, so she's got a power now. And then Agnes, who's been babysitting the boys, she comes and interferes and says, come on Wanda, let's go. And then Agnes reveals that she's a witch. She's someone called Agatha Harkness. I had seen this rumor floating around on the internet. I mean, I didn't even know who Agatha Harkness was. Whoever made the theory is right. Probably wasn't too hard to make because the names are similar. But yes, I've done my research. Agatha Harkness is a witch. Seems in the comic book Marvel history, she seems to get involved with Wanda. They seem to have fights, especially stuff to do with Agatha taking away her children or something, so that seems to be what they've done in the show. It turns out she's been orchestrating everything. She's the one that made this Pietro appear in the world. She's just been toying with stuff in each episode, which no one knew. Fair play to the people making this. I don't think anyone saw that as a thing that was happening. I certainly didn't. Seems she's got some beef with Wanda. She's going to try and mess stuff up. I guess this means Agnes the whole time was actually an imposter and not someone that Wanda was mind controlling. And on top of this, with Monica Rambeau, I looked into it. Turns out in the comics she was Captain Marvel, or she was a variant of Captain Marvel, so she has powers. Maybe she's got some of Captain Marvel's powers. It seems that way, I guess. Not quite as powerful. She hasn't honed them. She hasn't trained them. Either way, we got 3 very powerful people now. Well, 4 if you include Vision, but I don't know what his capabilities are, to be honest, because is he even alive? Yeah, we've got 4 powerful beings in this. They all seem to be working against each other. You've got the people on the outside. They've got an interest in Vision. They want to make him into a weapon again. Right, that's why he's been testing on in the lab. A lot going on in this episode. It didn't quite flow right for me, but I did like the style. The big reveals, they were kind of random. they all sort of happened at once. They just told us 2 characters at once are powerful, and I was like, okay. Seems like one of those episodes a bit like that 4th episode, the Monica episode. It feels a bit like that, where they're just trying to offload a load of stuff in this episode so they can just enjoy themselves in the last 2, which, these episodes are necessary. You got to sacrifice stuff for the greater good of the TV show. So yes, the last 2 episodes should be a blast. Once again, I could not theorize for the life of me about what's going to happen next. Everything is just coming at me as a surprise. I'm not picking up on who these characters could be. I'm just an uneducated bystander. But hey, it's fun. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in episode 8 next week.